Yeah, man. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Comics Underground. I'm just going to call it that. I'm not going to do live anymore.
That's fine. We don't need live. Everybody knows what it is.
Yeah, Comics Underground right now. So, because it's not going to be live tomorrow. Stanley told me to get rid of
that
it.
Anyway. It's a waste of space to put live on it.
Well, Jake, it's war!
Let's do it.
Have you heard of the war happening right now? We've got.
I've been hearing of some turf wars going on, but I'm staying away from it, and I'm just eating my popcorn, watching the decimation take place.
Yeah, I mean, is this good? No, fuck that. We gotta set the mood.
Yeah, my horse is in the stable. I don't have a race to run.
I do to a degree. All right, we'll just stick with this one. This is like normal. I think some of these guys are completely wrong, and the constant shitting and everything. I don't get I'm gonna leave Comicsgate. What? Why? Just okay, leave. I mean, these guys are the bad guys.
Even when you say you're leaving Comicsgate, you're not fucking leaving Comicsgate because it's the same goddamn people you're interacting with. Now, you might have met those people in Comicsgate, and they might have said they left, and then you leave next to them. But you're still going to be communicating and going on the same streams as everybody else. So it's going to cross. It's going to cross over. You're crossing paths. There's no other way to put it.
And then you got like those people talking shit in back rooms, and then if you're going to be like, I'm going to go on somebody's live stream, I honestly don't know who I'm supposed to talk to and who I'm not supposed to talk to, right? I don't even care. I'm just... If somebody says something that I'm like, I don't really like that, I probably won't talk to them. But
do we understand that friends like talk shit about each other behind their backs? I mean, that's what people do. Mostly women, they'll do it in a more degrading way. But men, we're always like, yeah, fuck him. He's retarded. But at the end of the day, after you guys duke it out, you're going to go have a beer with them back at the bar. I mean, I don't understand what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I also think that it's like mixed, right? I got mixed emotions on this whole thing. Because you have people in back rooms that are talking crap. Now, are they venting? Are they actually talking crap? Are they venting? I don't know. I'm not in any rooms. Nobody invites me to shit, so... I actually don't even know what's being said.
Rooms that are ready to like launch parties and like just share each other's like.
Oh, I just want to get in the room so I just want the dirty secrets.
That's what it always dwindles down to is as soon as everybody's like, "Hey man, how's it going?" It suddenly dies down and then it just goes into share my post.
Yeah. Now I want to get in the room so that I can hear all the shit talking. You know,
yeah, I want to hear it. I'll eat popcorn and watch it, but I don't really partake until somebody starts bringing it over to my yard, and even then, I shut it down.
There's this talk that because of all the, I don't know. Do you think this is hurting crowdfunding at all? Because all the drama.
It's not hurting crowdfunding. It might be hurting your personal backing, but as a whole, it's not doing any damage to crowdfunding.
I agree with that.
If you think that.
If anything, the drama is bringing more people into the space, right? Because it's interesting. A lot of this shit's really interesting to watch and learn about. And then you learn a few things about people that, I don't know. There's a few guys like John's Longbox is one that's he's been kind of making the rounds lately with some, I would call, bad takes.
Yeah, I would say there's some bad takes there, but before I make my decision on anything, I want to see fucking receipts. That's all I ever ask for when people start talking shit. I just want receipts. Get those backroom DMs out in the open, and let's see where the shit started.
Remember years ago before they started, before like Ethan started doing those the trash cast, I remember all this shit would start people would be like, oh, did you hear? Oh, we can't really talk about this situation. Nobody knew anything that was going on, and now we do. And I appreciate that. Actually, I'm glad that he's doing Trashcast. Talking about all this shit.
Trashcast is fine when you want to like be up to date and see what's going on over on that side of the fence. But I couldn't care either way about EJ or what's going on with him. I backed Isom. I didn't enjoy it. I hear all the other ones are shit. That's good enough for me when the first one is pretty much
I took one look at
shit.
it. I took one look at that campaign or whatever you call it, because it's crowdfunding, but he doesn't want to call it that. But I took one look at it. It was like $35. I'll probably pass. Then I was kind of expecting it to be like an Indiegogo where you just stretch goals and perks or whatever, extra shit. And nothing. Everything was way overpriced. The hat was like $30. So I was like, screw this.
Yeah, see, that's the difference.
Enough to me to read.
You can talk about, Ethan or Ripa or whatever, but when it comes to those two separate campaigns, at least Ethan throws in some extra shit for his backers because he knows he's taking so fucking long. And then
man. And
with
cool
Ripa, you're just charging everything out the wazoo at ridiculous prices. There's no way I'm backing any of that shit. The statue, fuck that. The t-shirt, fuck that. The hat, go fuck yourself.
None of that shit. The hat, maybe as irony, like the ice on the original one. If I ever saw that on eBay for $5, I'd probably get it just as a joke.
No, if I was going to get a Ripple looking hat as a joke, I would go get that one that he had arrested at that meet and greet. Yeah,
actually, Klippa, if he had those shirts for sale, I'd totally
I would get a Klippa hat if I was going to get something Rippa.
Dude, Klippa's hilarious, and I don't understand how it got this far. How does Eric July not see that this is a troll and it's funny? How did any of them not see that? They like, oh, this is a serious threat. We've got to. Look at him. And back when my hair was getting kind of long, my beard was like all crazy.
Yeah, I noticed that you were all clean today.
Oh yeah, I got a haircut.
Yeah, snazzy.
Trimmed it down. But I kind of was thinking that'd be funny to put on a shirt and a yellow cape with like a beanie and go down the street because he's only a couple hours away, and just be like, "Well, I hear you talking shit to my little brother. Why are you talking to my little brother like that? Heard you got my little brother arrested." That would funny. That'd be fucking funny, but. Yeah, I didn't do it. I got a hair. Maybe when my hair grows back. Right. That would be fucking hilarious.
No, I would love to see at least one of these dudes show up at Dragon Con with a booth, because I would show up in the garments that they hate the most and just visit their booth.
Yeah. Oh, man. I don't think crowdfunding's going. I don't think if it's being like heard at all right now, I would almost put Rippaverse is one of the causes of that, but I think the number one cause is the economy. I don't know how anybody doesn't just instantly say no, dude. It's the economy, man.
So it's the same goddamn thing that we've been talking about since 2018, dude. The smaller creators are going to have a harder time to rise to the top. That's just how it is. I don't care if you think you're worthy. I don't care if you think that you have what it takes to make something good as big as the two mainstreams. The problem is that you are not known. And to get yourself to that label, you have to find a way to get yourself there on your own merit.
Yeah, you gotta get. I agree with that. And these channels like Comicsgate Live were a good way to do that. But that's just a start. You can't rely on them to carry you. You've got to be interesting. It's the dawn of a new age. We've got to be interesting, and have a good looking book. First of all, foremost.
Yeah, first and foremost, if you're a first timer, have your fucking book ready, and then when you gain the trust of those backers, go out there and let them hype you up and be like, yeah, you can be trusted and whatnot like that.
Yeah.
But when I first started out, I had to go around and I had to show on everybody's platform because I didn't start up my own channel until just this fucking year when everybody was telling me to at the beginning. Hey, dude, start doing your own channel. I didn't have to. B-Rose gave me a home on his channel, and then after that, Dojo Kun gave me a home on his channel, so I didn't really do all that. But every time that I started to launch a campaign, always went to Michael Bancroft, and then I went to everybody else's channel. I went to Red Shay's channel. I went on Sporkman Studios. I don't know if he's still around or not. I went over on Critical Blast. I went to Creators Outlet. I went everywhere somebody would have me, and if that's the way that even I got to do it for people when they ask to come on, I'll fucking do it because it's paying it forward. But at the end of the day, if you want to grow your audience and not just keep depending on the same people, because it's all potential. These are potential backers. Nothing is guaranteed. So if you're putting out something that doesn't look good as your first or second book, people are going to eye it differently, and they're going to be like, that's not really down my alley. So you have to grow your own audience.
Yeah, or grow your own audience, and we can share audiences like by going on each other's shows and stuff, like you're saying. But yeah, grow your own audience and bring people in. You know what I mean? Is
right,
because that's what it's all about. This whole thing was fun, and like hey, our Luniverse is asking right here, what's the topic? We're talking about this war going on right now. I'm being dramatic, but it's basically we ever since the Rob Hunter last week, we were talking. We went off on that whole thing last week on your channel. Everybody should go check out Bionic Bro.
I highly recommend it.
Yeah, go check that out over on Bionic Bro's channel. Rob Hunter, after he basically left everybody confused, and we can take a look at that campaign too, actually, or his update if we need to get updated on it. But
yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah, let me pull it up. And
because that was so stupid, man. I mean, not even the little bit of my involvement in it at the back in 2024, but just the overall from the beginning of getting Death Raider done, funded, and then finally making it to 32K, and then he bitches out because he says it wasn't enough because he wasn't able to do it full time. Fuck you, dude. Most of these people out here aren't able to do this full time. You were just hoping to God that you would be able to count yourself as a king and get fully funded. I'm sorry. It's potential backers. If hardly anybody knows you and your book looks like shit with ass ugly lettering, you're gonna fall on your face.
That lettering was something else, man. That shit was horrible. All right, Luniverse says, I was just thinking about how underrated of a skill marketing is. Hell yeah, man. Everyone wants just word of mouth to sell products, and I thought, how terrible of an idea was that? I agree with that. It's like, but you know what? It kind of makes sense, because marketing is the same thing as going out and making friendships, right? Like when you want to go out and meet people, you go to the bar, you have to sell yourself to people, and so you got to have a personality, and there's a lot of tricks on how to do that. I mean, that'd be whatever. But look at the totally people who make comic books. They're a bunch of like people living in their closets or basements or whatever. No disrespect to people doing that, but it's a lot of introverted people. So
hey, creators, baby, that's what we do.
Yeah, and it makes sense that these people get angry. All right.
There's very few in this circuit that I can call friends. Like I can count them on my two hands, and you know how my hands are. And
one hand.
So you're going to get that little handful that you can just like hang out with and shoot the shit with at all time. Everything else, and it's a completely different ball game, is that these are business associates or business friendships, and those work completely differently than just like me and you hanging out, just chilling on a stream, or even like if we had Joe Sontag in here and we're just shooting the shit, talking about his book and having fun with it. When you're wanting to go on somebody else's stream to launch your book, that is a potential business opportunity.
You got to be ready for it. You got to you got to sell yourself, man.
You got to sell yourself. You got to be thankful. You've got to, you got to be humble, and you can't go in there thinking that you are owed something just because you created something. I've seen, dude, I've backed so many ass books that I have not promoted yet. I've promoted decent ones. I've promoted great ones. I've promoted ones where I'm like, you know what? This guy needs a little bit more work, but I can see that he's got something turning in there. So yeah, give these guys chances, but fuck, dude. I mean, to think that you're owed something, you got your head up your own narcissistic ass, and you need to rework something.
And you were talking about B-Rose earlier. He was one of the first people that I met. Him and Dylan, Raging Rainbow, like those guys, the 656 crew, and then that led
they
to
were awesome.
Yeah, and I don't like that they left. I don't know what the drama was actually behind all that shit, but
I don't either.
When they left, I was like, damn, dude, that sucks. And then they did. Rich Ayala came out like all against, I guess Ethan. I don't know if he came out against Comics Gate, which, by the way, what is Comics Gate? Like, what is I know what Ethan.
Well, I was about to say there's two different Comics Gates for there's two different definitions, man. So do you want the Ethan version or do you want the version that we're part of?
I actually think that it's both one and the same. Here's how I look at it. So Ethan's view is the Comics Gate is a place like a safe haven for not just canceled artists and creators from the mainstream, but just people who can't get work. You know, it's a good place, it's a good community to come in and help those guys out. And I admire that. I think that's awesome. And look at the guys we've got in this crew.
Yeah, the John Malins, the Mike Barons, the Ethans, the Shanes. You know, we got a lot of good people.
We got a hell of a lineup going on here, and then there's the audience, the chat, right? Largely, I'd say Ethan's audience. But the other thing to Comicsgate that I don't know if this makes sense, but is so I think Comicsgate is the audience, right? Obviously, we're the ones backing the books.
Right.
Ethan's got his purpose for Comicsgate, but then you've got all these other people that are like, hey, I've got, Comicsgate. I don't know if you could say that like Comicsgate means this because I don't know what it other than creating cool shit, I don't know what else it would mean other than a place to create cool stuff and not be censored and do whatever. I think that's kind of what Comicsgate would be, the ethos or the whatever, the mission statement. But Comicsgate is like a group. You've got the crowd, you got the audience, and they back books that they think look good by people they like. Then you've got, the bigger channels like Ethan bringing, people. And I think it's good that he helps lift up some of the smaller guys. He didn't have to do that. That's just a nice thing. That's an awesome chance that he's giving people. And seeing people seeing things like this happen, or this drives me nuts. Every time I look, Dan Fraga just a couple weeks ago, that shit pissed me off. I've been waiting for years for his book, and then out of the blue, he's gonna go off on Ethan like that. Like he wasn't. When he said,
are you talking about that whole throat goat shit?
The throat goat shit, fuck Comicsgate or something. I don't know if he said fuck Comicsgate, but he said like screw Comicsgate or something along those lines.
Basically, if you insult Ethan and you walk away from the community, you're
hundreds of thousands of dollars. He
indirectly flipping off, the community, because if you say that and people want to look at him as like this, forefather or at the head of the helm for Comicsgate, then yeah, you're basically saying that to the community. But I think it was just really between him and Ethan and those guys. I don't think he was saying anything to like smaller creators or people outside of the Trash Cast or CG Kings.
But that's not what he said.
At the same time, it's just bad business for everybody. It creates bad blood. It divides more and more people. It divides more of the audience. It's not healthy for growth.
Yeah, well, that leads to people saying that the indie scene is dying. Like, actually, real quick before I get into that, because I want to read this Death Raider update, because we read it on your channel, but we didn't read it on mine. Real quick, going through, let's get caught up with Luniverse here. He says, like, even if your product is good, someone has to take a risk and spend money on your product that they don't know whether or not it's good. It's especially hard in this economy, and that's true. But that's where you've got to go at the bare minimum. Go on shows and be entertaining. Put an effort into it. It's hard to do live streams all the time. But I just saw, was it Hojo? Hojo just started doing live streams, right? And I watched I don't know, maybe half of it, and then was like, yeah, this guy's good. He's got he's good cadence in his voice. He's got a good little rant going on here. I was already subscribed to him, I guess, but it was good. It was a good live stream. I would listen to that. Then you've got people that I don't know, that they're more boring, and it's hard to listen to.
Don't call me out like that.
You got me on your show. So if it's boring, I'll just drink a fucking bottle of like tequila or something like tonight.
Oh shit!
And then I'll just look like an asshole.
It works.
Comicsgate was supposed to be a place to promote indie creators, but now it seems like anyone who aligns themselves with a certain side or opinions. I mean, that's obviously what we're doing here. We're making comics, indie comics. So
right.
This would be a place to promote indie comics.
Yeah, but to more the point about saying that crowdfunding is dead or is dying,
it's stupid.
You couldn't be more wrong about that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I will never stop backing Cyberfrog. I don't think, and I don't even know what Ethan could say. He said some stuff I can't think of off the top of my head, but he said some stuff that I disagree with. I was like, oh man, that's not a good take, dude.
Right.
And then, but then let us forget. I honestly don't even remember what the hell it was that he said.
No, both sides have good and bad takes. If you want to divide it that way, sure. I don't agree with everything Ethan says. I don't agree with everything the naysayers say. But at the end of the day, man, it's just me trying to wade through sift through the debris. And I'm just trying to make good comics. I'm trying to keep relations up, at least enough to where they can tolerate me, and then just try and put something out that I enjoy and maybe others will enjoy also. That's the whole situation around Comicsgate.
Yeah, hey, looking at some of these books, the thought is in my head where I'm like, is this one of those guys that just shit all over Comicsgate? Now we're here promoting them. Like, that is in the back of my head when I'm just looking at random books. But on the other hand, there are people that, for example, there's good can come out of this as well, right?
Sure.
I'm not that really concerned that if I promote a book, it's going to have people saying, oh, he's one of them. I don't care. You can call me whatever you want. I don't give a shit.
Right. But plus, I got receipts telling you whether or not I know this guy, or if he just asked me to come on and shill a book, and I'm like, yeah, you can shill a book. Who gives a shit?
And honestly, I don't see that happening. I don't see a guilt by association really happening. It's usually, if you're talking shit, then you're out, or you're not even out. You can stay if you want to, but let's be real, they all leave.
I haven't seen guilt by association, although we almost got caught in the crosshairs when we were on Dojo Kun's channel.
All right, Luna, I have been familiar. He says, have you heard of JDA? Yes.
Oh my
and
God,
I have watched the downfall and the rise and the downfall and then the further downfall of JDA since 2019, I think.
Yeah.
It was he has always been a weasel, like a snake in the grass, and I've never liked that guy. It was interesting for a minute when Ethan would pop on there, but that is it. I can't stand listening. Although I will say Cypher is funny, or Cider Hype. Cider is hilarious. And if I watch the show, it's because of Cider, because that guy's funny. John Delarose is not any entertaining. And I was on the shitting on for a brief minute when I was on dojos. When I first started going on dojos, I was like one of those guys that didn't like Liam Gray, but Blue Samurai had how Blue Samurai used to argue, like, he's a good debater. The guy can argue.
He puts everything in perspective. I'll listen to Blue Samurai Zero when he has something to say. Blue
Samurai went into it extensively, and then it kind of made me realize I was just jumping on the shit wagon. I was just jumping on a hate train. And I was like, damn, dude. And so I went and actually sat down and watched some Liam Gray streams without commentary from JDA or Ethan, because Liam was in the shits with everybody back then. And I was like, damn, I actually like this guy. So I'd pop in his chat. Liam's, his live streams can be very entertaining. But it's hard to listen to. It's hard to listen to all the time. Right. That I don't regularly go into his live stream. I'll pop in, see what's going on, and then I'll pop out, because usually it's him explaining, and he's very well, like, he can explain something, his thoughts. It's really interesting, some of the shit he thinks about, but it's not for me. that live stream. But I kind of wish I had back Dino King now, because I'm hearing it's pretty good. But again, this is one of those economy. What's going on here? Why aren't some people getting funded? And
no, it's that's how it is for me on like a lot of different channels. It's like they'll have good episodes, but it's not firing on all cylinders all the time. And I can't say anything because that's the same way on my channel too. But you know, it's when
the clips. Oh my God, the clips of Liam. That is one thing. I think it was on JDA's channel. That was pretty funny. But also, I don't remember if it was on JDA's or if it was on Ethan's channel. When they used to clip Liam's streams and then edit them, and like the dog would be back in the background barking, and the kids would be loud, and you could see like they'd clip all like the transition of Liam's face going from like, "Hi guys, I just want to talk to you. Just have a normal stream today. Just want to get some things off my in the background." Hey, honey, like, wife, can you get the dog? The dog's in the yard. The dog's in the room, wife. Can you get the dog? Thank you. And then the clip would just be like kids are running around in the background. He's just like, wife, can you get the kid? The kids are running around, wife. Like the dogs. And I'm just like, those clips were fucking hilarious, man. But it didn't make me go like, oh, fuck Liam. It actually made me want to watch his streams more because they were so funny.
You're hoping for those opportunities.
Yeah. And then, you know, and I did. I started watching his show, and he did have a funny one where his kid was playing with his collectibles he had behind him. And I was like, give him the toy. He's like, that thing's like $100.
Right.
Dollar dues. Shit's funny, man. And I'm glad Liam is back. And like I was saying, I know, big long tangent here. Some good can come out of looking at all these campaigns regardless. I'm not going to concern myself with whether or not it's somebody. I don't want to look at John Longbox's campaign because I don't think it looks very good. And I
wasn't a fan of the patriarchy design because it looked like Omni-Man and it looked like Kingdom Come Superman. It just there was no difference.
Omni-Man, but purple. The character is Superman, and he's got a baby, and he's like a preacher or some shit. I'm just like, nah, it's not. And I've thought that since he was on Dojo's channel. You know,
that's fine and normal for a character's backstory, but what exactly makes the patriarchy outside of, you know, tendencies of Superman and stuff like that?
If it was a book that was like ironically or whatever the word would be, that if it was supposed to be funny, satirical? Like we're satirical about the patriarchy, then yeah, that'd be fucking hilarious. There should be a book called The Patriarchy and have it just be every trope, everything, and it's about how being a man is amazing.
That's right.
And just go misogyny, over the top. That'd be fucking badass. But that's not a priest holding a kid like flying around like Superman. Who's the bad guy in that? I don't know. That book didn't look interesting to me. Is it? Is he Catholic?
I don't know.
It's like, I'm Catholic. I wouldn't buy that. It does kind of look like some of those old Christian comics.
70s.
Yeah, like those old. Did you ever see Archangels?
Yes.
There was a company. I actually have like the first 4 issues of Archangels because it was like a comic book my family would let me read in Sunday school and shit.
Yeah, Lunaverse is going off over here in the comments.
All right, let's see here. Have you heard how EVS went after one of his old informers, John Longbox? Yeah, that's kind of what we're talking about. Because John, I don't think has had some very good takes lately. And there's, of course, the audience that agrees with him, and then the audience that disagrees with him, and they're all going at it on Twitter. If you agree with John Longbox, that's fine. I don't see why comics are dying, though, and why it's Ethan's fault. None of that shit makes any sense. Why do they always shit on Ethan? Or, like, Shane, I get.
Yeah, I think
shit on Shane and Cecil, it's all their fault. It's Cecil's fault.
I think the crowdfunding dying thing is unrelated to John Longbox. I could be wrong. I think that's more Rob Hunter. And I think John Longbox just had, like, a bad launch week or something. And
it's always when they have financial issues that they start to kind of get kooky. Well, and I don't dislike John Longbox. So, I don't know the guy. I don't know anything about him.
Here's the issue when you're shown on CG Live, when you launch your campaign, you're expecting to make more money. Mm-hmm. And again, it's just potential at the opportunity to gain backers. Nothing is guaranteed on any of these channels. I mean, Michael Bancroft, you're definitely going to get that Bancroft bump because people just want to see you win. But when it comes to a big channel like that, and they get these kinds of books like Cyberfrog or Godlike or something else like that that has fantastic art, has a lot of pages and stuff like that, when newcomer comes on who's just a smaller creator, don't put all your eggs in one basket, man. Even if I was invited on CG Live, I would not be looking at it like, all right, this is my big break. I'd be like, oh my God, I'm hanging out with the Kings.
That's what I'd be like.
Mark this off my bucket list. I loved hanging out with George Perez at Dragon Con. Now I get to be on stream with the guys that worked at DC and Marvel also. Dude, I'd be so annoying. Off my bucket list.
If I got on that show, I would be so annoying because I'd be so excited. I'd be like, "Hey guys, you here?" Oh, I don't even know what I would. I can't even.
Right. I have no idea how I would act on there, but I know.
Yeah. Every time they make a joke, I'd be like, "That's so funny!" What did I just knock over? Oh my God, that's so funny! I can't believe I'm here right now. It's amazing.
But that's the thing.
That would be me.
When you go on to the CG Live and they're promoting your book, you're expecting backers. Now, for me, I'm just hoping to God I just get a +1. I just hope I get a +1 for a campaign or on a sign up or on a backing. I just want a +1. That's all I'm hoping for. I'm not expecting it. This is potential opportunity to make your book. It is not a guarantee. People that think that it's guaranteed are fucking nuts.
Yeah. Lou says, I'll be honest, the trailer story looks cheesy as heck, but I followed John for a long time. He's a chill dude. Yeah, but did you see?
I've watched John's long box.
Liam? This is one of those streams that it's kind of boring, and I just couldn't. But did you see the Liam stream? He was like trying to get Liam in gotcha moments the whole time.
I didn't watch that.
I don't know if you watched that, but that's the kind of shit that I'm watching going, all right, okay. And when they start getting loud on Twitter, it's like, oh, okay, money problems. It's so
there's
typical,
a difference between
cliche at this point.
There's different kinds of episodes. There's your shill episodes, there's your shoot the shit episode, and then there's the I see some drama taking place. Let me get that person on here and talk about it to get some
out the popcorn,
people over to my channel.
Start talking about the drama. Right. It's funny to watch.
Oh, definitely.
I get a kick out of watching this shit. It's fucking funny.
Yeah. It's popcorn theater.
B-Rose, like those guys left. Those guys led to the Crack Pack, and they led to like Bancroft and all in the
right.
What is he calling the Mad Lads? Mad Lads and the Crack Packs and all these fun little groups, right? The Slums. I never got into them as much. That show wasn't as fun to watch.
Right.
But
I would watch 6x6 when they were around. I would watch Crack Pack when they were on and everything.
They were my favorite.
It was always fun.
Jeremy Crackhead was my favorite out of all of them. He was great. His shows were awesome. They did a lot of promoting that made a difference. Like you could see the numbers in what they were doing, and it sucked when they all one by one. Okay, so there goes another one, but it's not. Yeah. I don't think that's Ethan's fault though. That's
their own personal biases getting in the way.
I think so. Maybe you don't like what Ethan's doing. You don't have to like blame. I don't think it's on him though that your book didn't make money or for whatever the reason. The Dungeoneer shit was funny, and what would have happened if those guys just took it on the chin and said, yeah, you're right.
You would think that with as many conservatives that are in the Comicsgate community and how much we enjoy the rhetoric of Donald Trump, you would kind of see the similarities. And when EVS kind of like shoots some shit out on Twitter, wouldn't you kind of like react the same thing? Just be like, oh, here he goes again. Oh man, it's just another take from Ethan. Take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it. Just like his Master Racers. His little Master Racers are. That's.
I thought that was a bad call, to be honest. I was like,
I thought it was funny for 10 minutes, and then I got good joke. Minutes. And then he kept going, and I'm like, okay, all right. And now I don't even care. It's like Master Racers. The joke's it's not funny, but I get it. Keep going if you want to keep going with that. I'm not offended by it. I don't give a shit.
No, I'm not either, because I got the joke. I understood it. And then I was like, well, yeah, I can see how you might want to pull up. But then he was like, fuck it. I was like, all right, good on you. Just keep going.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's like, I guess you got them made. So, yeah, Hot Wheels is a weird thing, but that's cool. It's doing something different.
As long as they can run on the tracks, I am all for it.
But I don't know if they can. I think they're a little bigger than Hot Wheels.
See, I don't want that. I want to be able to run on my Hot Wheel track. I want to make videos of that shit.
How come we don't go to Mexico for manufacturing? Why does everyone have... I know Mexico's like got a bad... I know what they make, but there's got to be like a good manufacturer down there. I don't know anything about making toys, but that's all China. Everyone's like, oh, you got to go to China. It's the only place that's even remotely affordable.
I mean, if you don't like Mexico, there's always South America.
Yeah, right. Luniverse says, I never took it as John's trying to get a gotcha at his guest. I don't know how that, I don't know. Oh, wait, hold on. I don't know. That's not how I took it. Now, maybe people on the internet try to spin it to a gotcha moment. I never believed that's how John intended.
I don't think you understand how much people still act like high schoolers on Twitter. Yeah. That is exactly what Twitter was made for, was for people to act like fools.
Yeah, definitely. And people like me to believe it, because I believe everything I see on the internet.
Oh, yeah. Until I ask
So we've got all this shit bubbling up to this thing. Now, me and you we already saw this coming months ago, probably fucking years ago. And we've been keeping it to ourselves because, we don't want to shit on anybody.
Don't want to rattle any cages right out the gate. But
this fucking update, Death Raider, saving the Death Raider comic. This is a pretty much statement of like a death certificate right here. Death Raider. Campaign was such a financial disaster. $30-something thousand, by the way. $32,000. This was such a financial disaster. I pissed away my savings, and 3 years of my life could have been doing anything else, Jake, he could have been doing instead of fucking slaving away for us. He's doing it for us, and we let him down. We all let him, poor Rob, down.
No, your execution was poor, Rob. That's the killer. You decided to quit your job, do it full time, waste your savings, waste the backer money,
which is
still
bullshit.
Not produce shit.
How do you not know that's not? How do you not know you don't do that shit? I have left comic books for good. No, wait, hold on. My peers' campaigns totals drop. What does that have to do with anything? Every year with every new release. Oh, with every new release, the numbers are dropping for his peers. What does that have to do with this book? What does that have to do with this update?
See, this is shit that you learn in Psychology 101. This is deflect and redirect. That's you not taking any accountability. Man. Right. He's not taking any accountability. He's pointing the fingers everywhere else. But when you point one finger out in front, there's three pointing back at you, man. It's all you, the individual. The one who created the campaign is the one that fucked up.
I have left comic books for good. And now I have a very low-paying job in manufacturing, which is still higher than than my livelihood in crowdfunding ever was.
Go fuck yourself.
Which was below the poverty line.
You know what I was doing? You want to know what I was doing for my first two issues? I was fucking customer service manager for Walmart. That's $17 an hour. I don't want to hear any bitching from anybody not being able to make a comic.
$32,000 fucking dollars. He can make. What would you say? Like six comics with that much money?
32,000. Yes, with the people that I use and the way I go about trying to make stuff. That's 6 books. 32,000. That's 6 books. Give me the goddamn money, and I will get you books.
Yeah, but does that include paying the artists and the?
That includes paying the artists. That includes paying the lettering. That includes the
shipping,
the campaign video. That includes the
Everything?
It probably could. It probably could include
is shipping. Including. I mean, is shipping included in this total?
I think you had to give shipping also. Yes, I think shipping isn't. Well,
but I mean,
yeah,
this right here,
included.
This is the shipping price as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so you could make, but he's not doing any of that. He's not hiring an artist because he drew it or traced it.
He drew it. He lettered it horribly, but
he lettered it horribly. Didn't even watch a YouTube video on how to do lettering. Colored it. I'm pretty sure he did everything. Wrote it, did everything. And $32,000 is not enough because he lived off the money, and bad fucking idea. Well, okay. Honestly, I'm not going to say that he lived off the money, but I'm going to take that back because from what he says in this email, that as soon as he claims the money, all the debtors are going to come banging on his door and they're going to bust his kneecaps and they're going to get into his piggy bank and they're going to take the piggy bank and smash it over his head and take all the money inside.
Right.
So maybe he hasn't spent the money, which is what he says here in a second. Why should you care? Why? The point of crowdfunding. The point of crowdfunding, Jake, in theory, is it covers my bills while I work and promote the project.
Incorrect.
This never happened. You see, it's not my fault. This never happened. Crowdfunding let me down. It was my savings and my freelance work that carried Debt Raider through the campaign. I did that with my savings, but my savings just lifted that like Jesus on the cross. Had to carry the cross all the way up the hill.
Oh, God forbid you got to carry your own cross.
Just like Rob Hunter's savings carried him through 3 years or however many years of this shit.
Aww.
And
you want a bozo button?
But here's no saving.
You want a cookie?
Saving grace. Yet I still want to deliver to the fans, the few fans, the fucking few fans that I have. Fuck you, good for you, fans of mine. The few of you that supported this amazing project. Like, he's got exclamation mark.
I'm not even a fucking fan of his, and I backed it.
I backed it twice.
That's how I do crowdfunding.
And then
if I see something, if I hear word of mouth, if I got money and somebody's like, this sounds pretty good, I'll throw money at it and take a chance.
I backed it twice on accident. The second time I backed it, I forgot I had already backed it. And I was actually going to just leave it. I was like, you know what? 2 copies is better than 1. But then I was like, fuck that.
4 out of 5 books that I back, I am taking chances because I don't know a goddamn thing about you other than what you show on a live stream.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're going to, fulfill. I don't know what your book's basically about because everybody's so scared to give anything away when they're on a stream. I mean, I'm taking a chance. I see cover art, looks pretty good. I see interior art, looks pretty decent.
Hey,
yeah,
I'll throw some money
at it. I'll make
some
my
of them
judgment.
I have been really surprised at how I felt lucky. Like I put money towards a project I wasn't sure about. And I felt like, damn, dude, I got lucky. This book is so good that I'm really glad that I did that.
Yeah, there's a couple gems out there. Vaughn Coleman's first issue of Phenomenova, Octopus Cowboy was awesome.
Yeah, as our review on your channel a couple weeks ago, this is where I was saying earlier about how like it's good just look at everything and not choose sides because Vaughn Coleman's on a path to redemption. He's coming back. And our review that Ethan liked the Cyberfrog part of it, went back and saw what we were saying about Phenomenova, and he's like, you know what? Maybe I'll get it because I'm hearing good things about it. That's great.
That's the whole idea I had when we did 2 books on those Grody reviews. Have one of the big names on it because as God is my witness, they're going to come and see what somebody says about their book, whether they're ready to trash them or whether to thank them for doing it. And then, hey, there's this smaller book that not everybody knows about. Since you're watching this, let's go ahead and get into that one also. I'll give you my 2 cents. Go check out their creators. See if you want to jump on the next campaign.
So where does that leave this book? Either I come to some sort of compromise with my debtors, and the book ships in fall this year, 2025, the year of our Lord. I have to come to a compromise with my debtors, the mafia, And then once I can do that, then you'll get your fucking book in the fall. You'll get it in the fall of 2025. Or it's bankruptcy and the printing and shipping funds are confiscated. Confiscated by Santa Claus. I don't know who confiscates the money, but why can't you just put it in your PayPal account or put it in?
So what I'm hearing is that this money was not for making the book. This money was so you could get yourself out of debt.
Yeah. So this stupid update led to, of course, you have the haters like JDA. You got people coming out saying like, CG, the Indies are dying, and it's all your fault. I am not seeing that happening because, and there are so many books out there that I won't stop backing. Yeah. So I don't, and I think there are a lot of people with me on this one. In fact,
Wrath and Pain 2 out because I need Wrath and Pain 2.
Ooh, yeah, that was a good one. Check this one out. Where are we at? Broken 3.
Broken. Yeah.
Now you can't get this book right now because it's already closed. But the update, the scuttlebutt around the watering hole is that a thing? Is that a saying? Scuttlebutt around the
no idea that
water. I don't know. I don't know. I might have made it up. So I'm hearing people are getting tracking numbers from Kenneth Rocafort. Broken 3 may be shipping right now, and his last update was that he was at the printers. So I can't wait to finally know what the hell's going on with this story. I have never not cared about not understanding a story as much as this. Did I say that right?
For
this
Broken
book is
3,
so cool.
For Broken 3, hearing that nobody knows what's going on with it yet, 2 issues in, I'd be a little weary. The art style,
until you look at it,
the character designs aren't really my thing. Let's look at some pages then. But those colors, undeniable. Those colors are beautiful.
Freaking amazing.
They're almost perfect.
I think this is the cover that I
think they are perfect.
I think they're perfect. I don't know how you can beat it. Even I like it when he does when he physically colors stuff like with his markers and shit. I think it's his best work, but even his digital stuff mimics his real life art.
The reason I like it is because I hardly see any other campaign use these colors so bombastically. They're usually used for like small details, but he utilizes them so well. I absolutely
his artwork is
pretty good piece. Okay.
And I hate being that guy that every time I look at Ethan's books or review the book or whatever, that I'm like, oh, the artwork. Like I'm sure they're all sick of hearing how wonderful they are as artists. But Kenneth Rocafort, of course, he's a great artist. Look at
they're not. They're not sick of it. They love hearing it.
His artwork got me. His colors, like you're talking about, his colors got me inspired to go play with some markers and try and draw. Like his artwork has inspired me. It's what it does. His designs, I love his designs. It's like, I don't know, some medieval like armor or something, fencing armor, but it's cool. And the story is interesting. I'm less joking when I say like I don't understand what's going on. There's a story progressing. Naturally, you don't know where the story is, is going, where it's going to go. So you don't know where you're at and what's going on. It's a little confusing in that sense, but the story is fine. There are some things that I don't understand what's happening, sure, but I'm hoping in this issue I get some answers. Like the guy I think they actually do answer the guy in the prison. Did you read this book? There's a guy in a prison cell that has to do with the story somehow. And
the only thing I've read that has Kenneth's art on it is Red Hood and the Outlaws from New 52.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna go back and read both of these, and then I'm gonna put on my thinking cap. I'm gonna really get into it, dissect it, and figure out what the hell is going on. Like I do when we did what's it called? Pitter Patter, like we did for Cyber Frog. I should do it again. I want to do a video on the entirety of Cyber Frog because I'm hearing reviews for Dark Harvest, which I can't wait to get Dark Harvest in the mail because that's one I've been waiting on for a while. But I'm hearing these reviews for who was it that did that review the other day? who didn't even read it. He was looking at the artwork.
Oh, yeah,
he was complaining about the number of pages. Wasn't well read, was it?
I don't think so. It was an older gentleman. But
yeah, I don't remember who that was, what his name is, but it's stupid. It's a name that we hear all the time. But anyways, the guy's talking about Cyber Frog Dark Harvest, and all he had to say was, "Oh, the pages. It's only a 24-page book, and I don't. This is, this happens, and then there's a part 2, but it's only a bro. What did you read the other books? Have you been keeping up with? If you back the book, you should understand that this is like an in-betweener book. And it's like reading, I guess, necessary for the next book that's coming out. Like it's kind of, you need to read it. It has closure, for a little bit of closure from this, what's it called? Wreck Planet.
Right.
Like there's no way he didn't know that. There's no way he didn't know. It was supposed to be a preview. He bought it thinking it was supposed to be, this is where his argument failed. He bought it thinking this was going to be a preview book, because he says that in his review. I thought this was a preview book for the Red Extermination that's coming out soon.
Well, it sounds like you don't know what you're buying there, Haas.
Yeah, but then he gets it. It's a story, and there's 2 parts, and it doesn't make any sense. He didn't read it. But if you bought it thinking it was just a preview book, then you should still be pretty happy with it. If finding out that this is actual stories and that it's not going to be it's not a preview book, and it went from a 10-page preview book to like a full-fledged comic book. And there's 2 things happening here. I personally wouldn't have done the part 1, part 2. Like, this is what's going on with Lily. This is what's going on with Cyberfrog, part 2, because that is a little weird. I personally would have done. Meanwhile, back over. But hey, that might be too campy. I don't know. It's a serious book, so maybe that's too. I don't know. Maybe you need a little bit more dramatic shift. But that's just me. I'm not Ethan Van Sciver, so he can do his books however he wants. I ain't complaining. I'm liking those books. So that review I thought was dog shit. I haven't heard any of the other reviews because I don't want any spoilers. Have you?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the guy that made that review, because now it's going to bug the shit out of me.
So we got Groken 3 coming out. I'm pretty sure that's what everybody's getting in the mail. Groken 3. I can't wait. Because I want to do like a review. I want to review this book. And the art book. I also got the art book, the sketchbook.
That's another thing about backing these books, man. Quit just putting them in your long box and not touching them and not reading them. Fucking review them. People want to know what you think about their book.
Who do you think this is? The model. Every girl he draws looks like this. Not every girl, but like every time he's got a primary girl, like a focus on like even when he drew Lilith for John Malin's what was that book called? Visions or something.
Mm-hmm.
It was just an art book. Even that girl looked just like this. Who is this girl? Is that his wife? Does he have a wife?
The buggy samurai exoskeleton is always going to work for me.
Yeah, but I also like these shoulder pads. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I like big shoulders. That's shit from the 80s that people would always do, is put big things on the shoulders. I love that.
I mean, I love the cleavage too. Don't get me wrong, but look at this shoulder right here. It's not just like a lazier artist would have it just be like a Wolverine shell kind of a thing, but it's like hollow up underneath.
Armor.
He's got like some gears or some weird shit, like vents. I don't even know what this is, but it's like I don't know. It's like thick. It's like solid. It's like a whole object here.
Cartilage.
Yeah.
Part of her.
I don't know about these ribs though. Are those gills? Hold on.
Those are ribs.
Let's inspect, enhance.
They do look like gills, but yeah, because ribs are more separated than that.
Enhance. Oh, we're looking at the ribs right here. Yeah.
Maybe she pulled her love handles up. That way she could have the abdomen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to know what that little toe hook is at her abdomen above her belly button. What's
this little? That's for suspension. Like so you can suspend yourself. You don't have one of those?
No.
I thought everybody had that.
It's an excellent Vulcan design, I'm not even gonna lie.
I want to know, Kenneth, if you ever see this, who is this girl that you keep drawing everywhere? Because I don't know how to do that. Like everything looks like what's his name? The Frank Frazetta had that girl that was in a lot of his work. The same girl. And I heard that was supposed to be his wife, but I saw a picture of his wife. She didn't look like that. So I don't know. Did he have two wives? I don't know a whole lot about like Frank Frazetta's life.
All I know is I would approach this one with caution.
Which one? This book?
No, that woman.
Oh, that girl. Yeah, she looks like devious. Interesting. I bet you there's a fun story behind that. So we got that. Now, crowdfunding is most definitely not dead because the next book, Anatomic by Shane Davis, went crazy on how much did he make? This is just over here on Indiegogo. He's got $18,000 on.
He'll get $20,000, no problem.
He's already at 60 something because he's counting the sales of his website. And people like Jimmy are saying that that's fake. He can't be making more money on his website. Well, sure. Yeah, he can because there's more shit on his website than there is on.
I haven't seen the numbers, but yes, he can.
I don't understand how. I guess it's possible you could inflate your numbers on a website, sure, but then.
I mean, Eric July's been accused of it.
Yeah, fair enough. Maybe he's inflating his numbers. I don't believe it. First of all, I don't believe it. I think he actually did. He's actually got.
Isn't there another book out there being made right now called Atomic Annie?
I don't know. This one's called Anatomic.
Yeah, that's what rang my bell. I was like, I could have sworn there's like an Atomic Annie out there, and now there's an Anatomic.
I don't know. I like the Inglorious Rex books. I have not. I did not get the Inglorious Rex 3 because I was so strapped at the time for cash. I'm gonna have to wait until he puts it on his website, and hopefully not cost me an arm and a leg. But I want that Ethan Van Sciver cover with the little T, like with the stripper. He's got the stripper in front of him, or maybe she's a prostitute. I don't know. But that was a great cover, man. That's the one that I want. Anyway, so we got Shane Davis Anatomic doing pretty fucking good right now, and he's not complaining. Crowdfunding is not dying. People will always back these books. And why do you think that is, Jake? Why do you think people will always back these books?
You talking about the big names of Shane Davis and Ethan and John?
Well,
I think that's kind of a given.
Not because of their names, not because they worked at Marvel and DC. There's plenty of people.
They have a good track record.
Well, that too. But this looks like a good book. This looks like a fun, interesting book to read. You know, this looks, and it's well done because they're professionals and they know what the hell they're doing. Why the hell would you want to? Why would anybody want to fight with them? You know, like why would anybody want to go to war with these guys? They know more than you.
It's called a death wish.
Yeah, death wish. These books look freaking awesome.
Yeah, the books look great.
Now, I have changed my opinion on what's it? Call Sign Orion. We looked at this book.
RJ.
Originally, when we first saw this book, it was this little spaceship here, had those little 3D printed, and I was like, dude, I was insulted by that. And I thought, oh, dude, are you kidding me? You're making a whole thing. And I get it. He was trying to get pre-funds so that he could pay for the artwork and everything to have the book made. But why would anybody who doesn't know anything about you, like me, why would people like me buy that thing when it's obvious it's like a 3D printed spaceship that you dipped in paint? They didn't even get people to paint it. I guess that would have cost more money. But I don't know anything about what it's from. I don't know anything about this thing, and I don't know how much that campaign made.
It does look like a starship wing, Star Wing from Star Fox.
Oh yeah. Then was it on your channel? We had him on your channel.
Yeah, we had him on.
And I was like, all right, this guy's a nice guy. This book, I was a little skeptical because of that last campaign. But Since we had him on the show, and I watched him on a couple of other streams, and I don't think he's trying to con anybody. I think this is actually an honest project. And
I'm actually surprised it hasn't done better than it has.
Where are we at? 425? Well, I think that's because of a few things, actually. What's her? Was it Red Valkyrie? He was on her channel, right?
Yeah.
And she brought up a good point. Instantly, these
the
pinks
prices?
and blues.
Oh.
No, I haven't looked at those yet. But the pinks and the blues, it's not working for me. And the artwork, I know it's Luke Stone, but the artwork. It's not that the art is bad, but these layouts aren't my thing. I see a few things I would change here. On this panel, this top left panel, that's fine, I guess. But he's so tiny, I don't understand. What is he flying over the ship? Okay. Then we got these guys. I don't know.
Yeah,
they're shooting at him.
The flow of the paneling is off. Like
it's weird.
Even when you break up a movie like frame by frame, it has to flow into the next scene. And just jumping from the outside of the ship to right in front of two gunners while you just landed in the bay to running. Where the hell are you running to?
Yeah, my brain didn't get that. Like, he's over the ship, and now he's in this bay door, and now he's running. Like, I don't like these empty panels with, like, unless I don't know. You don't need a whole panel to get, they could have merged these two panels here. Or did something. Like, and where these guys should have been down here in this first panel to let my brain connect. What the hell? He's also very tiny in this panel, and he's very tiny in this panel. I don't like this pose.
If he had already made the script and there's a lot of dialogue in that first panel, I could understand like needing that space for it. But if it's not for much, it could have been more dynamic.
I don't know how much dialogue is in here because I see a word bubble. It's possible he has all the word bubbles like off.
Hasn't added them in yet.
But he's got like a couple in here. So I hope to God the page isn't this empty. Bro, I hope you have words to fill in all these empty spaces here because there's so much unused real estate. We
already broke Cerebrum with that. So
Cerebrum was actually a good book, honestly.
Cerebrum's a good book. It did need more dialogue, but you could tell with the paneling and the laying out of the panels, you could follow the story. You knew what was happening without words.
That book looked great too. The
artwork was gorgeous.
Great. Now, and it needed some work, sure, but imagine this. That was considered one of the lower end quality books, right? And we got a lot of shit for the words and everything. I didn't think it was low quality. I thought it wasn't
low quality at all. Who called it low quality?
Oh, I didn't say nobody. I don't know if anybody actually called it that, but it was like it was like an underground book.
Yeah,
it's like an unknown kind of underground and amateur book, right?
Sure.
I thought it was pretty damn good. I thought it was a pretty cool story, and I thought the artwork was amazing. And I can't wait. I know he's going to redo it. He's apparently from the ground up, so good luck on that.
He's been posting pages and panels on his TikTok account and on his Facebook because I'm buddies with him, so I'll see him pop up every once in a while.
I tried to be buddies with him, but like everybody else, I don't even know honestly why you're still here, but everybody just runs away and then they show up at my house.
I'm in the same boat. You're the only one that'll tolerate me.
They hate, they shit on me when they block me one day on Twitter. And then they show up at my house because I'm talking shit about them, and they fucking give me a black eye, and then
Peter,
show me what real karate is.
You need to know, Peter. You are the Lenny to my Squeaky.
I don't know what that means, but I'll take it.
You don't know what that means? God damn.
No. Wait, Lenny, and Squiggy. No, I don't know what that is. What is that?
Oh, that hurts.
What is it from?
Laverne and Shirley.
Oh, okay, that explains it. Yeah, I don't know if I have ever seen Laverne and Shirley.
God damn, you never watched Nick at Night?
No, I was watching MASH. I was like back in those days. I was watching
MASH guy. Okay.
I was like in the MASH crowd. I never even watched Mork and Mindy.
I didn't watch Mork and Mindy. I watched Happy Days. I did not watch Mork and Mindy.
Wings was later, wasn't it? There was a couple of shows from back then. I loved Wings. That was a good show. Hey, Zombie Boy, what's going on, man?
Zombie.
Oh yeah, I need to pull. That's another book that's going to be. I didn't pull it up, but I can't wait for him to launch because I really want to do. He's got a book coming out called Subscribe Hero. Another book that I'm excited. It's been a minute since I've actually been excited for a book.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to get excited again because I'm seeing projects. So when I hear about people, just saying, "Oh, I'm leaving," or Comicsgate or a bunch of whatevers, and then you've got people saying, "Oh, it's all dead. Crowdfunding's dead. It's all your fault." Okay, all right, dude.
Well, just means not every idea you're shitting out's gold.
And I'm seeing some really cool ideas. That's the fun part about it. Superman with Purple Superman. Okay, there's some artwork. Like Spring Ball was a cool looking book. But that's an actual 90s comic book that existed. This is a remaster of it with some extra work, extra pages, and I'm excited for that. I think that's cool. I don't remember if I backed that one yet or not, but Shanthan Jetty's an awesome artist, and he's fun. He's fun to watch.
Yeah, I backed that one on Indiegogo.
Yeah, that one looked cool. And then there's a lot of books coming out right now. This book right here, I think it could use some work. But the pinks and the blues, like Red Valkyrie had mentioned, or was it Red Valkyrie or just Valkyrie? I don't remember.
Her name's Shay. The channel's Red Valkyrie.
Okay. She had a good point. These pinks and blues, I probably would be annoyed at this. I think there's a lot for a first timer. Take everything that I say with a grain of salt. This is just me being a comic book reader wanting Jim Lee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I won't back a book if it's not exactly what I wanted. I could just go buy a Jim Lee book. But okay, this book. Good luck. Good luck to him. What are these prices you were talking about? Oh, and this chick that she stole the
show. She stole the show on the launch on Pancroft's channel. She was more ecstatic about the book than the actual creator.
That's another problem. Like we were talking about earlier, was these guys, man. You can't let this girl come in and steal. I know she's like the selling point, right? Oh, you're gonna get this trading card or whatever this is, based off of this actress that I know and agreed to let me use her likeness to sell my book. All right. But she stole the show, dude. I mean, she's not going to be able to be there every step of the way to help sell this thing.
It's the kind of selling point that Dojo tried to do on his Janice the Healing Wars book.
Yeah, that was another one. That was did he just scrub that whole project? Because that wasn't even his. Like he's taking. Oh, that stream was rough, man.
That was an awesome stream.
You got me like all like messed up. Oh no. Okay, sorry. I thought my desk was cracked. That was okay. I don't remember what channel that was on, but Dojo had gone.
That was Global Frequency.
Yeah, people who don't know
vividly.
We used to be on a show called it was a Dojo Coon's channel, but Incendiary. We were on Incendiary with Dojo Coon. He had a book that did not look very good. The artwork was it was okay. He had a cover that was all right, but the book, I don't remember it looking like any. It didn't pop out. It was like on par with this, right?
Yeah,
like it was up here. This isn't what I would call
No, it wasn't. It wasn't even up there.
It wasn't even up here.
No, it wasn't.
There are a lot of pinks and blues, but then it comes to find out he's actually he was licensing this story from somebody that he knew. He knew a friend who knew a writer, and then so he went and tried Janice Hardy's The Healing Wars book series. And he got in touch with her, and she agreed. And then he went on Global Frequency, and they were like, "That dude tore." That was a crazy stream, and go watch it. Don't ever make that mistake. Like,
yeah,
I knew exactly what to talk about.
I'll have to go back and look at which playlist it is, but it's saved and it's there for enjoyment if you want to go watch it.
He had Dojo sweating with bro, that means you probably have a deal where you got to pay. What if you don't fund? What about this? What about that? And it's just I did not envy Dojo that day, man. I was like, damn, dude.
I left that stream feeling so bad for that man.
Yeah, it was rough, but you know what? That was a good learning. Like that was a good. He saved Dojo's life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if Dojo had kept pushing for that book, he was pushing real hard. He had other books he was trying to push, like Projectile Reptile.
Yeah,
and he was having a hard time with that book. They had another one that didn't fund several times over. And now he's trying to do a book that he's like paying licensing fees on. That would have been the straw that like sunk the whole fucking Noah's Ark. You know what I mean?
That's Rob Hunter misstep right there. It's when you start putting all of your savings and your credit cards into your books without thinking about the outcome down the line.
Or you're trying to buy, like, I think Rob was hoping that he was going to be able to pay for this book with the next book and then do that whole compiling.
That is no different from what I saw with Dojo.
Yeah, and I've seen that a few times too. That oh man, I'm gonna pay for the next book I'm gonna pay for this book with the sales from my next book. I don't even understand how that happens, but you have enough campaigns going that people don't. He's like, you're struggling to get this book made while you already have 2 or 3 campaigns down the line funding. I think somebody accused the boy Zach of doing that.
Yeah, it's not a smart move. If you have one campaign going, fill that one before you start another one. Now, some people it works.
I think it's okay if you got this.
If you show that you're able to do it, right?
Yeah, Bolt Action. That guy has like 3 campaigns open.
Well, yeah, even Michael Odin, like he's still got Embrace 2 open, and I think it's still in demand. And he just started like going around doing his shilling for Elysian Fields, right?
Yeah.
So that's 2 books that he's going to have to be getting out to people. But I mean,
I think it's totally fine to do that. Ethan, of course, the big fine. Names you've got.
I know myself enough to know I am not going to try and juggle that shit.
Yeah, right. I'd be scared. I would have to get my book. I would say get the book paying for the next book instead of using the next book to pay for this book.
Like, I mean, if I made extra on the campaign, yeah, I'd throw that next to the next campaign, because anything that's made after the funding goal to get that book out is just going to be put back into Talon Studio to make more stuff.
And that's like why I like Ethan's approach, where he's from what I understand, and if I'm wrong, Ethan should come on the show and explain it. But he takes the money that he makes off these campaigns and puts it into the next project or the next big project that he's got. Right. And then the product he has left, all the extras that he has left over from after shipping and fulfillment, he puts on eBay, and that's where his sales, that's where like the actual money that he would keep comes in through the eBay sales. I've never seen anybody like do eBay so well. Like I used to just sell like it's like a garage sale to me, right? I'll sell some bullshit if I need to sell some bullshit.
Well, see,
he's got like a store on there.
He's able to do that because if I'm not mistaken, like his wife helps him out too, right?
That'd be nice.
Because I think she stays at home. I think she's a stay-at-home mom, and I'm sure she helps out with all that stuff with the eBay sales and telling him to hey, you got to send this out, or hey, you've got this refund being asked of. She's a second in command for All Caps Comics, and that's cool when you actually get a team going, especially when it's in your own house.
Yeah, man, and that's just like Yanzi and Shane.
Yeah,
I think they're doing it the best out of every indie comic. I think they've got it down the best. I would say Ethan is right there with them, but there are hiccups with Ethan's.
Sure.
And I don't even know what that means. Honestly, like hiccups. People are complaining about something. So I don't know.
Late books. It's
late books being something. I don't mind late books, honestly, because the quality.
I'm so used to it now, it doesn't bother me. I just go back and look at updates when I'm like, oh yeah, I remember I backed
I understand.
Let's do an update for it.
Yeah, I understand when I backed Cyberfrog. I'm not going to get it for a while.
Yeah, but I heard people bitching before I backed Wrecked Planet.
He's got a lot of, but here's the thing people don't talk about. He's got a lot of shit out there, man. Like he's got the side from okay.
Well, that's
he's
what
got
saying. When it comes to Ethan's campaigns, there's more than one book coming to you every single time. There's supplementals, there's add-ons, there's fucking toys. I've got a fucking toy Cyberpunk sitting on top of my NECA Donatella over there.
It's like a subscription. You get once you start backing, you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, I get a new package every so often, you know. And if it's something, there's like sometimes there's a thing that I'm like, oh man, I didn't back that one. But then he'll have it on eBay, and I just pay a little extra. If I have the money, I'll pay a little extra to get it.
Right.
He used to have like those hoodies, man. Those hoodies were cool. Did you ever get the Cyberfrog hoodie?
No, I got the Cyberfrog beanie.
Oh, yeah. I got that one around here somewhere. That one that you sent me.
Yeah, it was the last two on his eBay, and I was like, yeah, I'm fucking taking that.
Hell yeah. And I've got the all caps, like the hat.
Yep.
He's got a lot of stuff out there, man. This is the old one, right? It looks like shit because I fucking wore it everywhere. It's like this is kind of worn out and brown. I wish I could. I don't know how to fix that, but I like it, man. This was a really cool hat.
Yeah, this is
there's always something
beanie that he had.
Yeah, that's the one.
Get wrecked.
I got that one too over here. And I got some of his other beanies. Anyways, there's a lot of books. He's got the Unforgettable Tales, which is pretty smart, going back and taking his original comic book and then giving them the treasure, the king's treatment, right? He gives them the foil covers, gives some new coloring.
Yeah,
foil covers.
Like
they look
and stuff.
Yeah, the chromium. All those Unforgettable Tale books are great, and it's like this is like the way they were. This is like the king's treatment, right? It's like the best version of that book. But if you just want to read it all, well, you got warts and all. Now, I will say this new warts and all. He's just like I get it. He ran out of the original warts and all, so now he's going to do it again. And instead of doing a second printing, he's going to maybe throw in a little extra and make it one big book instead of the. I've got the green case that came with the two books.
Okay.
Plus, I got the floppy as well because he had a sale on it, and I needed a reader's copy, so that way I don't have to like keep pulling it out of the sleeve and all that. I got the floppy as like a reader's copy, and I'll take it around with me everywhere I go and read it and draw and look at it, like I do so many. I got like a set of books that I pretty much take with me everywhere I go. My dead body. Someone's gonna find my dead body under a bridge, and I'm gonna have that book, Weapon X. Barry Windsor Smith, Weapon X, and then the Jim Lee's X-Men, and what else? There's one other one. It's like Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man, but I like to carry it. And then, of course, sometimes I'll throw in Alien vs. Predator, the Dark Horse ones. I'll throw that graphic novel in there for fun, just to like take it with me. I'll swap them out. Anyways.
Sure.
There's the swap outs, and then there's the permanent ones. Everywhere I go. That's where, in case I'm going to draw something, I get inspired to draw, and I'm going to look at it and go, yeah, because it fuels the energy, you know?
Of course.
But up next, we've got... Is it Cephas?
Oh, yes.
Ben Soto, Cephas #1, rises on July 11th. We've got a new book by Ben Soto. He has the Tricks and Treats books we've talked about a few times. They're great. And he's got a new one launching this July, on July 11th, only on Fund My Comic. Vampires versus Werewolves.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it. I want to talk about it and get him on the show. I like these guys that we got in our chat. Like Zombie Boy. Zombie Boy's awesome. Luniverse is awesome. Ben Soto, I love that. The guy's got cool books. He's funny, him and his brother. What's another one? Elliot Rodriguez. We looked at
that bastard's launching on my birthday.
Oh, it's your birthday next week?
June 26th.
Wait a minute. That's next Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I told him I was going to be on. Are you in the back room? I forgot I am in that back room.
Yeah, we're both in it.
What'd you think of my Doritos joke?
Oh, my God.
I don't think anybody got my Doritos joke.
Nobody got
it. That's fine. Anyways, Elliot Rodriguez, Ominous. We talked about this book, the preview book you had on your channel a couple weeks ago. Go check that out.
He actually got on to me for sharing the 10 pages. I was like, my bad.
Really? Oh, no, man. That was good. Because that episode, check this out, Elliot. That episode got like, Ethan was talking about it, so we got some extra views from that. and now people are all looking at your book, and we're like, holy shit, this is amazing.
I would like
you're gonna get more sales for that.
Us for putting that on right before Cyber Fraud, because he was on CG Live, and I'm gonna equate that
right after. Yeah,
I'm gonna equate that to us doing that.
Very odd circuit timing, don't you think, Elliot?
You're very welcome.
We talked
Elliot.
about your book, and then Ethan talked about it, and then you're on Ethan's show.
How about that?
A, B, C.
You know what?
You're welcome.
I'm going to say that we are going to become the trusted advisors for these books with our Grody reviews.
Yeah. Yep. Plus, Bancroft's done it. He's what did we do that he stole? I don't know. We did something. I can't even remember all the thievery. Yeah. But anyways, just kidding around. Like, Elliot Rodriguez, your book looks awesome, man. I hope you do fucking killer numbers. Deathmonger looks badass. I want to draw like a Deathmonger sketch card or something.
Oh, dude, if you drew Deathmonger, that would be sick.
The artwork on this looks pretty cool.
Artwork's great.
That character's good. Yeah, I like the colors too, man. So Ominous right here. He's got them on his page. Why is he mad at you? Why is he giving you shit for talking about it? They're on.
I don't know. Because I showed the whole preview book, and I guess it's going to be 10 pages inside the book, but
that's going to happen. If you sell a preview book, people are going to talk about it on a live stream. It's going to happen. But anyways, so we got Ominous launching next week. I'm going to be over there on that channel. What is this? Oh, this is his page. Okay. What do you think this is? I can't share audio anyways right now, so let's just move it along. That was all the books that I had. Oh, and then we got Subscribe Hero. Subscribe Hero, where's that at? That was a sign-up page on Indiegogo, right? Let's see here. Indiegogo. I'm going to look up.
Sorry, baby woke up.
Nah, it's all good, man. Subscribe Hero. What the f is... Damn it.
Subscribe Hero is going to be fun.
I hate
God, I'll be back.
This okay. Subscribe, bro. Every time I start typing, that's fucking annoying. Subscribe Hero. Right here. Subscribe Hero launching soon. Can't wait. This is Zombie Boy's book right here. Subscribe Hero is in the sign up phase. Go sign up for that for extra perks and fun stuff. I'm not sure what he's doing, but you'll get updated, and if nothing else, you get your updates on what looks to be a really funny book. So I'm excited to get this one launched. We got a lot of books launching right now. Anatomic was just launched the other day. We got Subscribe Hero. We got Ben's book, Elliot's book. Bancroft is launching a new book, I think at the end of the month. So hell yeah, man. That's gonna be badass. Now, where was I? Right here. Shane Davis's book is gonna be badass. Let's take a look at why indie comics are not dying and they're doing great. Let's take a look at what's out there. I don't know. I think Jake's still dealing. He's still dealing with some families. With the baby. Scumdogs. Let's take a look at that. I don't know. That looks interesting. The artwork. A ruckus parody of 80s and as well as the 90s. Oh, and as well. All right. Ruckus parody. It's got 80s and 90s cartoons. 90s cartoons and comics. Scumdog is funding. Let's take a look. It looks interesting. I'd actually like this artwork. See, there's artwork that's what they call deceptively simple, right? I would put this in that category. There's books where it's like you can tell they're trying, but the artwork's not where it needs to be. And then there's books where it's deliberately, like Pitter Patter, we've talked about extensively on this channel. That book, the artwork was deliberately done that way, and it works perfectly with the story. I think that's kind of where this guy's going. I think the something like Call Sign Orion, I think this needs a little bit of work. But
what was that the one that you were just looking at?
Oh, Scum Dogs, but I'm talking about like artwork that needs work versus artwork that's deliberately of a certain quality. Like this looks like Beavis and Butthead kind of shit, you know?
That reminds me of Super Jail from Adult Swim.
Yeah, it's like got those kind of vibes. I don't like this panel right here on the left. This guy right here.
Yeah,
it looks like he's actually trying.
That's a little wonky.
Yeah, but I don't know what the fuck is happening. What is happening here? And why does he have like a crown? This is what I'm talking about. We need weird, cool stuff out there now. Not another book that it's just somebody's take on a superhero that exists. Like weird ideas. Let's get unique. Let's start making some. What the fuck is this? How much is this book? I might back this book. This looks weird. Is it going to be in color?
It looks like it's in color over there on the tier.
Oh, look at this face. Oh my god, did he? It's making me dizzy looking at this page. All right. I've got to open this in a new tab. This face right here.
That fourth panel is getting me.
Oh, man. I can't tell if he took a drawing and then tilted it in Photoshop or if he was looking at a tilted photo or something. Like there's a thing that happens when you draw from photographs. There's if you're an artist and you know a lot, you can get around this. But a teacher taught me this because I used to look at photographs and books and draw like dinosaurs and stuff, and they always looked flat. And my teacher was like, "Well, that's because you're drawing a flat image." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I never thought about it like that." And I'm not looking at a dinosaur and drawing. I'm looking at a book. Now, if you know about shading and you can create the 3D dinosaur in your mind, then draw that. And you're not just tracing. You're not. I didn't trace. I was just looking at it and mapping it out in my head, and not thinking of a 3-dimensional dinosaur. I'm trying to map the grid. You know. Anyways, to draw this dinosaur, and everything always looked flat. I'm wondering if that's what he did here, except that the photograph was like at an angle or something. Because that is a weird way to draw a face, even deliberately wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
That'd be interesting to find out. Okay, which panel were you talking about? This one right here?
Yeah, that fourth one.
Yeah, this looks like
Steve
that.
Tyler and whoever else that is.
Yeah, man, this book definitely looks bizarre. I like weird, bizarre-looking stuff. I think I'm intrigued by this. Scum Dogs.
What is going on inside that dude's mouth?
A bunch of mechanical shit, right?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, it's like a cyborg or something.
God damn.
Yeah, man. This is weird looking stuff. Let me read about it. Let's see. Let's read about it. Starring the Scum Dogs, your classic 80 cartoons villains trying... Oh, the Scum Dogs, your classic 80 cartoons villains trying to take over the world because they were banned from Superhuman Pro Sports. Okay. Then they decided to use the superhuman power they possess to take over the world. Then they decided to use the superhuman power they possess, not process.
Yeah, I got
to take over the world. Fighting epic battles with their arch enemies and wild rangers to conquer the earth. Doing copious amounts of property damage along the way and pissing off the commanders of the Space Forces too in equal volumes. So come along and back my 66. So we can get an idea of how big this book is. 66-page book. Because you're going to enjoy it. Here's some artwork from the comic book. All right. It doesn't say color or black and white, but based off of this, I'm assuming it's in black and white. And if you did a book like this, you know, if you were doing it right, you could actually make a book like this at Kinko's. Because why go through? But then you'd have to charge accordingly. You can't be charging like $25.
Right.
All right. May I take your order cover? $25. What do you think? $25.
66 pages? Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Black and white? for $25.
I think I would enjoy black and white over color. Yeah,
I think the $25 is not the problem that I have. It's the what's coming for a 66-page book. That's fair. That's a good fair price. But I kind of want it to be in color. I don't know. But then again, I do like
the colors that are on that.
I like
the
flats. You don't like these flat colors like this?
No. See, that looks fine there, but the ones that are on the tiers, I don't care for.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. I like those old school flats. All right, so here's some pages from the book. We got a good synopsis. Supervillains weren't allowed to play super sports. Oh, that's cool. He's got a tank.
This would look great on printer paper, thanks to Pete Samedi.
Yeah, this would go great on that. I don't know. Yeah. Look at this as another weird artistic take right here. This is not like I don't know what I'm doing. This is deliberate. Open image in new tab.
Yeah, because the machines look perfect. Everything else looks wonky.
Look at the fire coming out of these machine guns.
Yeah.
That's like a very interesting way to draw that. That's not an accident. Like, it's almost like because they're coming at you, which they should be going in a straight direction perspective wise, but it's like a fisheye lens effect that he's doing to these flames, making them look like just like like this is what's happening right here. It's like I don't even know how to explain it, but that's a interesting way to draw flames coming out of I don't know, man. This book looks kind of funny. I might bet when is it? How long is it out? Is $25. That's I think that's a fair price. This book looks funny. It's a cool original idea. Who's Chris Williams? Have we heard of Chris Williams?
I feel like I've heard of him before.
I feel like I have too.
On what though?
We got 28 days left. Go to Indiegogo and go check out Scumdogs. 28 days left. 5 backers. Only 5 backers. He's trying to get $1,000. You think we can get him to $1,000?
I think we could. 28 days.
Yeah. It's $25 for a fun-looking book.
Yeah.
I think I will back this book. Yep, as soon as I can make some money. Go back, Scumdogs. This book looks pretty cool. All right, I don't know who Chris Williams is, but that looks like an interesting book. Here we go. 8X, Unbound Fury, issues 0 and 2. Have you heard of this book?
I have not.
8X, Unbound Fury. The artwork for right here looks kind of cool. Like an old video game.
Yeah.
Looks like a Super Nintendo game or something. $98, 3 backers. He's got a month left to go. Welcome to the Chosen One universe. Who is this, by the way? Christian Zaffo.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him. 8X has been subdued and taken prisoner by the mysterious Felice. He awakens only to find that he is now a prisoner of the very person he seeks vengeance upon. Sarah Bosch, leader of the secret organization GESS, guesses. How will he escape to enact his wrath? Will he be able to stop Sarah from creating an army of super soldiers? Find out in 8X. Unbound Fury. Number 2, back here. There will be elements in this story arc as well as future ones that will link the universe in a uniquely organic way. Okay. So as you read each story, keep a watchful eye for these elements, some that are blatant while others are subtle. I don't know if that's something I would put in my campaign.
Right.
It's good to know, but it's not unnecessary. You're trying to sell people this book, my friend. All right, the Chosen One universe. Universe. Oh, this is like universe. He's selling again. Okay, let me just read it. The Chosen One universe, that which this book is a part of. This universe is a place filled with action and adventure, fantastic beings, and filled with mysticism. You will discover new worlds and meet familiar deities. Immerse yourself into all types of genres from sci-fi and steampunk to supernatural, and of course, superheroes. The universe is meant to entertain and reinvigorate the imagination, so leave all your cares and worries at the door and enter the COU. This campaign is this campaign is for the funding of ADAX. Unbound Fury #2 will help pay for variant cover artists as well as colors and printing and shipping. Okay. I would just get rid of all that. Put that in the book if you want, but you're selling this book right here, right now. Let's not get ahead of ourselves and get me excited for some universe. I want to know about ADAX. Let's take a look at some artwork. Why here? Why now? My name is Christian Zaffo. This universe, it has been a lifelong passion of mine to create. Finally, through the world of crowdfunding and your generosity, I've been able to see this dream of reality become a reality, and best of all, presented to you. I acknowledge that none of this can happen without your help and support. This universe is new, but it is growing, and your backers are its citizens. Many thanks in advance. All right, that reading, by the way, is rough. That is a hard font to read. What do you think of this artwork so far? I like it. I think the artwork's cool.
I think it's gnarly.
Yeah, I like this chick's saggy boobs and the mustache and beard. Or is that a tattoo? I don't know. Let's take a look. Zoom in and enhance.
Is that a woman? Because it's got tits.
Well, if it's not a woman, that dude's got nice tits. Right here. Oh, I think that's like a tattoo.
Yeah, that's war paint.
Bro, that is a mustache and goatee, my guy.
Yeah.
There's his Debbie. You put it on her lower cheek, maybe, like here. But this and that's a mustache and a goatee right there.
My name's like Monica.
Nice. She got like some fucking crazy claws. All right. This looks cool. Let me take a look. Let's go back to it. Let's keep looking. Maybe it explains who she is. There she is. Oof, I don't like that. It drives me nuts. Every time I see this girl, I want to look at her boobs, but I can't stop looking at the goatee and the mustache.
Supposed to weird you out.
Maybe that's fair. It might be. It's happened before. The artwork's good, man. I like this artwork. This is a little plain. The background's a little bit plain on this. Like, you got this really cool girl and this very weird looking horse. Like the horse face looks like they flipped the image over. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like perfectly symmetrical almost, and then, which some people do that. But that horse is making a face, man. The eyes are not in the right spot.
Oh yeah, he's a sentient horse. He knows what's up.
Whew, that's crazy. Oh damn, dude! I've been missing. Okay, hold on. I've been missing the chat here. Let me get to the chat real quick, and we'll get back to this book. All right. So, Luniverse says. So where's the launch for the campaign for this book? I'm not sure what book we were looking at. If it was Ben Soto's launch page, I'm not sure where he's going to launch it at. Yeah, but where is he going to launch it at? Or when?
I would imagine from my comic.
Elliot Rodriguez, his book is going to be launching next week on his channel at 10 a.m., I believe, is what he told me. It was going to be in the morning. So I'm going to try and make that stream. Let's see here. Dommy boy, did you read Pitter Patter? It is amazing. That book is one of the best books I have bought. I would say in crowdfunding for most definitely, but just in general, comic books. That was one of the most entertaining books I have ever. I am the happiest that I bought that book. Like, you know what I mean? There are books that I'm like, oh man, I'm glad I bought this book. But that is the book that I'm the most happy about buying. Yeah, so okay, I'm glad that you bought it, and I can't wait to get the next book in that series, which is going to have a commercial in it with some people that hopefully he doesn't forget.
I hope everybody takes my tag as a go ahead and like Smash that like button for this stream. Help Peter's channel out.
I need that.
Get it out there.
Spread the word. Tell everybody. Go check out Peter Orchard's channel and subscribe and hit the like button, like the subscribe hero would do. Right? Is that good,
right.
Zombie?
That's perfect.
He laughed at it. He thought that joke was funny, just like this one. Me making the joke. What's a good joke? I need a good joke. Where's a general keep his armies? In his sleeveys. Duh. See, look, I was right. He's laughing at that one too. All right. Zombie Boy says that's all him. He's just that good. That's all him. See, damn it, I should have been keeping up with this because I don't know what he's talking about. I got another ha. All right, Luniverse says, so are we checking struggling comics right now? That's nice. So are we checking struggling comics right now? That's nice. What does that mean? Like, are we like shitting on them?
No,
or are we like just checking them out?
We're like comics that look interesting.
Well, yeah, we're checking. I mean, I don't know that this book is struggling. They just launched. It's got 33 days left. I don't know when it launched, but 33 days. I wouldn't say that's struggling. I mean, $98 is rough. 3 backers.
Yeah.
But I don't know when he launched. He definitely needs more backers.
Hey, Peter.
Yeah.
What's the difference between oral sex and anal sex?
I don't know. What is the difference between oral sex and anal sex?
Oral makes your whole day. Anal makes your whole week.
That's pretty good. Oh, I'm over here looking at this book, scrolling around. I'm like over here, but it's like not even showing. It's stupid. Okay, back to this face. To this horse. I like that this is interesting.
That horse.
Oh fuck, dude! Look, this is badass.
Yeah, that looks good.
She's even showing a little nip right there.
I didn't even need the dude down there to be in there. I thought it looked good without him.
Yeah, you can get rid of that, dude. We don't need him. I like that with all the blood splatter and everything.
What up, Stanley?
Hey, Stanley, what's going on, man? Wish you were here. I think he's what, in Cali right now? Hey, boys, sorry I miss you. Let me read it like he would say. Hey, boys, sorry I miss you. But I had to stop in and say hi. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi. Wish you were here, dude. Yeah, dude, this book looks pretty cool, man. Like I'm digging it. Did we? The one thing that I have, the one like thing I would say is don't focus so much on selling people your universe. Sell people this book. Like the universe will come when you gain people buying this book, and then the next book. Then the universe will grow. I don't need to know that you've got plans for this big universe, this big idea. It's actually a red flag in some regards because that means you might get ahead of yourself, or you need to focus on this project. Like at least, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but this book looks cool. Like this is a cool looking book. I want to know all about this book.
Of course,
Zombies is uncanny. Yeah, man, I totally nailed that voice. I nailed it. Oh, sorry. Man, you nailed my voice.
Nailed it like I nailed your mother.
Lol. That's my brother, dude.
I didn't say you were saying it to him.
Oh, here we go. Kickstarter covers. Yeah, of course. I told you it's moving on over to Indiegogo like an STD. These Kickstarter covers are starting to pop up everywhere. Cover D.
All about the handshake.
And you got a blank cover. You can do sketch tier, like a sketch cover. All right. How much is this book? How much and how big is it? Did I read that?
I didn't see it.
Again, these are all the tiers. Oh, that's cool. Those metallic tiers.
Yes, Luna, we are on Indiegogo.
It's Indiegogo. Know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's see. How many pages is this book? How big is it's not so much like how many pages am I getting for my dollar? I have to do the math and see if it equates. No, it's like how big is this book going to be? Is it going to be like that big? Is it going to be that big? That's why page count. I hear some like guys, why does page count matter? It doesn't in the sense of like if it's $25, if I'm getting a 24-page book, okay. Is it better be a damn good book or I'm going to get a bunch of cool stuff? Otherwise, it's like, or the story has to be like fucking crazy, you know? A chromium cover for a floppy, I could totally see for $25. Especially if it's like going to be a cool looking book. I don't remember even if Reaper Destroyer cost that much, but it was Reaper Destroyer is actually bigger than a floppy. I don't know why I keep using that as an example.
Yeah, it was like a 52-page book or something.
Yeah, there was one that was like a smaller book, and it was $25, but it looked cool, man. It looked like it was worth the $25. Reaper Destroyer definitely was worth the price point. Or 25, I think, is what it charged for it. I don't see a page count on here. All right, so hopefully his universe is going to be great, but I'm not sure how many pages this book is going to have. The covers, maybe it says it if I click on it. What is this? PDF, digital tier, $5. I like that. That's a fair price. Catch-up tier, $10. This is a number 2, by the way. Ooh, can I get the physical number 1? That's the thing. Cover A, hey, $12.
That's not bad.
That's a floppy, bro. This is it better be at least a floppy. Oh, man, what if it was like 6 pages?
Oh, don't say that.
Or 12 pages. And then the other half of the book was just fan art.
No, don't do that. This ain't pencils down.
Oof. $12, dude. That's a cool price. The book looks interesting. How much is that naughty cover? Where's the naughty cover? Naughty right here. $15. You got to pay a little extra for that. But you got to pay a little extra, but it's totally worth it. It's naughty. Sketch covers. All right. So I don't see a page count, but based off that price, I'm thinking this is going to be like a floppy, standard floppy. Do a quick scroll real quick down here. I don't know, Jake, you got anything to say about this campaign?
Yeah, go back it.
Yeah, go back it. That's good. I like it. You can get it at $2,500. He was going to make a die cut sticker. It's still locked, but then at $3,500, that's $1,000 after that. He wants to make metal cards. That's cool. At $5,000, he wants to make a set of 2 bookmarks.
Usually when I see somebody set up their comic campaign page like this with like extra pictures and extra like details like those locks on the chains for their tiers, usually means they put a lot of time and effort into their book also. So yeah, I would definitely take a chance.
Yeah, now here's something I forgot to look at. Cover 1 physical tier. I haven't heard of this book, so now I'm like interested. Let's say I want to go get this book. Where can I get issue number 1? I see all these issue number 2s. Is there an issue 1 and 2 tier? Just the catch-up tier so far. Digital catch-up. Digital. Catch-up tier.
Catch-up tier. There it is.
Yeah, but $60. If this is the second issue, why do I have to buy every single previous version of it? Can't I? Is that 3 books? What is that? Let's take a look. Physical copy of each of the following: ADEX Unbound Fury number 2. Okay. Unbound Fury number 1. Okay. The Aaron Flip book. The COU Big Bang Moment Anthology plus all unlocked stretch goal. Okay, so you're getting like a good amount of stuff. Yeah, that's a fair price. I wish there was just a book like 1 and 2, $30, $40. Emerald. I guess you might as well just pay the extra $20 and get the whole campaign perks and everything. Emerald Virgin cover set. I want to learn about what this tier includes. Their metal covers. Okay. A set of 5 virgin emerald green colored metal covers. Say that 5 times fast. Emerald green colored metal covers. Emerald green colored metal covers. Emerald green colored metal cover
size.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to say that 3 times fast. 5 times. Anyways, so they're metal covers. They're green. Got green tinted virgin metal covers for $185. Yeah, and you're going to get the whole set. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this campaign's solid. I like this. This is a cool looking book. Catch up tier 65. Wait a minute. I thought it was 60. It is 60. This is lying. This thing here is lying to me. It's actually cheaper than the catch up tier banner says. It's only $60.
Yeah. Jump on while you can.
And you're going to get all this cool stuff. You're going to get both the books. You're going to get the flip book. I don't know what that is, but I'm assuming it's like an art book or something. You're going to get the Big Bang Moment anthology. Anthologies are always fun. I like them. Do you like anthologies?
Anthologies can be done correctly and be made fun. Like Bolt Action is basically an anthology. So yeah, anthologies can be good.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true.
Tricks
too.
and Treats Volume 1 is an anthology. So yes, I do enjoy anthologies.
I liked the Comics Way, the Comics Way zine, or whatever. Yeah. That's like the tiny one, but man, that was a very well done, like classy looking book. Like that classy looking, it was like very well constructed book, good paper, good quality artwork, good stories. They did a good job with that book. And I don't know if they did a second one, but I kept waiting for that second one, man. Forever. Oh, I thought this was the pencils down dude for a minute. Because see, he looks like he's like half the body. You see what I'm saying?
What up, Justin?
What's up, Justin? What's he say? I felt summoned. Did someone say tricks and treats? Indeed.
I have.
In fact, we were just talking about Cephas number 1 rises in July 11th, or on July 11th. We're going to launch. Where are y'all going to launch this book at, by the way? Is your channel, his channel, or y'all's channel? If you don't mind me asking. Just curious. We got Justin in the house. He is the artist of the book, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we're just checking out Addicts right now by Christian Zaffo, who's got a huge universe in mind for us, and this is part of it. Addicts Unbound Fury number 2. Go check it out. That looks awesome. We got time for another book? You want to take a quick look at another book, Jake? Call it. Yeah. Eudaimonia, I heard somebody talking about that book recently. Ben Dunn's. What are we going to pick? What's these stupid ads?
Nani?
What's Nani?
Huh?
The Maniac. This was okay, hold on. The Maniac we've talked about. Let's look at the Maniac. Because the artwork was cool. I know we've talked about it in the past. This artwork looks very cool. He's doing pretty good at $2,153 by 99 backers. He's in demand, which means it's in the works. How big was this book is the thing. I want to say this was like a very short book. Oh, you know what? That's it. It doesn't have anything on here. There's no preview pages, or you have to go to the website to look at the preview pages.
Lame.
25-page book, so it's a floppy.
25-page book. Launching on Julius Freeman's channel.
Julius Freeman's. Cool. If I'm not subscribed to that channel, I need to go check it out. It says
Mario Williams is the artist.
Heck yeah, dude. I think Ben's launching it on a Lucid Comics channel. Mario Williams is the artist. Okay, for this book. That's right. All right, so Maniac issue number 1, $12. Look at the art. Dude, this is another one. All right, whatever I said, I don't remember what I said about it before, good or bad or whatnot, but this is a solid looking book. This looks like it's going to be pretty cool.
100%.
Yeah, man. And $12 is a good price. Even if it's a floppy, you're gonna get like a quality, awesome looking book. Look at this artwork, man.
By Johnny Rocket.
Badass.
I mean,
Johnny
he gives you good burgers, he'll
Rocket.
give you a good comic book.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna click on the link. Preview here. Please don't send me to a porn site. Please don't send me to a porn. Wait a minute. Comment. What? Substack. That's his Substack. Hold on. Preview here. Please don't be a porn. That's his Substack. Oh, okay. You got to go to. You want to read the book? You want to preview the book? We'll go to my Substack and then sign up on my Substack, and then you'll get to check out the book. I like it. I like your move. Although one picture would be nice on your actual campaign, bro. But this looks badass, and I love this one right here. This looks fucking cool. The Maniac issue number 1. So, with that, I will say this. Crowdfunding's not going anywhere, man. Comicsgate's not going anywhere. And I don't even know if any of these guys are Comicsgate. Any of the books, the new books that we've looked at, I don't know anything.
Between Fund My Comic and Indiegogo and Kickstarter, it ain't going anywhere, man. It's here to stay.
Yeah.
It might change, but it's always going to be here.
Yeah. Can you imagine a world without Comicsgate?
Nah, because I'm in it, and being without it, I would feel like. Can
you imagine only having
I wouldn't have a chance of making anything?
Only have the mainstream to read.
No,
so
I've had too much fun. I've had too much fun in Comicsgate, backing books, learning about people, watching the drama, whether it's good or bad. It's an experience in itself. Comicsgate is an experience that you need.
You just gotta ask people around. You know, if you're gonna make a comic book and you're confused, you don't want to fuck up like Rob Hunter just fucked up. Ask before you fucking there's plenty of us out here ready to I've never done a campaign yet, but I'm working on something right now. But this guy has, and he's had several campaigns that have done well, and the books are great. And he's got another one launching soon, and we're gonna be looking all over it. Yeah, I'm talking about you.
Oh, thank you.
See, somebody that if you're curious of the questions, you can come to us.
Yes.
You know, we're here for you. We're not going anywhere. And this week it's here. Next week we're going to be on your channel. But we're here for you. We're here for you.
Now get out! And I'll tell you when I want you back!